All right, that was Doug Christie last night after Zach LaVine only played 22 minutes. Doug mentioned it. He was cooking 7 of 10 from the field. Let's bring in KCRA's Sean Cunningham. Hey, let me just say this. Yeah. No offense to our friends over at KCRA, but you're on the big desk now, big fella.
Ooh,
you got to bring it. You're on the big desk now, big
I don't agree. I don't disagree. Yeah, this is fantastic.
Hey, man, what do you make of the rotations, guys in and out? Zach only getting 22 minutes last night. What do you make of what happened?
I think, Doug just, he talks about this standard that he wants and wanting people to live up to that. And I think he was just absolutely livid at the lack of physicality and competitive spirit. And seeing that really trickle in from the Portland game to last night against Miami. So, yeah, I mean, I think that night it just ended up being Zach LaVine that ended up getting the short end of the stick, because anytime you ask him about continuity on rotations or anything like that, here we are in January, and he's still searching, and it leaves a lot to be puzzled by, because he had it going offensively.
Yeah, but I guess I say, but my next question, Sean, with that though, Doug has talked about that all season long, and we just haven't seen it. So there hasn't been consistency to him saying, hey, if guys aren't giving me what I want, I'm going to put something else out there. All right, do you think we're seeing a real shift in that now, though?
No, not really. I mean, look, I think sometimes you look to light a fire under somebody. He's talking about Zach LaVine coming out here and trying to score 40 tonight. I mean, that's the expectation in my mind, that if you've got Zach LaVine on your team, you need him to shoot the ball and hopefully go out there and get you 30 every single night. But if he can offer you anything defensively, you're going to hope to get it. So maybe that was Doug's way of trying to get under his skin. I don't think he really found a rotation last night that really played well, to be honest. I mean, that competitive fire that we saw during that 4-game win streak, and really even before that, has kind of gone away a little bit. And they got to find anything to bring that back.
Yeah, and he talked about that during his pregame availability. He was searching for a lineup. Never really found that lineup last night. I want to shift gears and talk about what's going on down there in San Francisco with the Golden State Warriors. Mike Dunleavy Jr., he had this to say about Jonathan Kuminga, who's been on ice, guys. It seems like for about 2 months now. He did play last night, but this is what Dunleavy had to say. In terms of demands, when you make a demand, which Kuminga did, he demanded a trade, there needs to be demand on the market. Sean, Kuminga last night had 20 points, looked good. Warriors got trounced. But is there no market for Jonathan Kuminga, you think?
I feel like this is officially the Warriors and Mike Dunleavy. Look, Mike Dunleavy went to Duke. That's a very prestigious, academic program in school. I think he's ringing the dinner bell across the entire league to say that, look, Jonathan Kuminga may have come out and said, I demand a trade, that I'm looking to be traded. This is the Warriors saying, yeah, we're open for business. Come with it. We know what Sacramento has been interested for a long time. Teams may have officially come and inquired and poked around, but I think Mike Dunleavy is saying, nope, we're ready. We're ready to move on from Jonathan Kuminga. Where's that demand? Let's see what these offers look like.
Wow. And so then you think specifically, too, because Jimmy Butler went down, that probably has forced them to really go in that direction. Do you see by the trade deadline, by February 5th, Jonathan Kuminga no longer a Golden State Warrior?
I'd like to say no.
Okay.
But like anything, either way, it'll I honestly feel like anything at this point is to be expected, because here they are playing him. You could certainly make an argument that Jimmy Butler's presence outside of that lineup gives opportunity for Jonathan Kuminga to play.
Right.
And now you can go out there and maybe look for other pieces to add on for this year alone. But I mean, I think this is just a doomed marriage right now.
It really is. But I wonder, guys, if this Jimmy Butler injury allows the Warriors to boost Jonathan Kuminga's trade value by playing him here. And maybe they look at it during the offseason, because it's probably at the lowest it's ever been right now. They haven't played the guy. And so maybe you play him, the season's a wash anyway, boost his trade value. The question I want to ask, Sean, is this. We got the trade deadline coming up on February 5th. Kuminga has been rumored to be, a guy, a target of the Sacramento Kings. Anybody else you hearing out there?
In terms of market for Sacramento, I mean, there's not really. I mean, it's in terms of people who Zach LaVine has been since last year linked to the Bucks for a lot of for 2 years now. Before he came to Sacramento, Chris Middleton moving from Milwaukee to Washington really kind of opened up an opportunity for LaVine to remain in Sacramento. But now Giannis, that Milwaukee LaVine interest to me still has a lot of interest there. Okay. I think that's something that to be monitored for sure. But I don't think that really outside of Domantas Sabonis, like, DeMar DeRozan was the one I was expecting. DeMar DeRozan's had the best season of any Kings player. Yeah. He's been incredibly efficient, and you can see how he can really help a playoff team. That's the one where I don't hear enough chatter about. Like, all of a sudden, look, the Clippers have played kind of hot. I mean, I think just it wasn't long ago they had a 5-game win streak. You can certainly see how that would make some sense for them, but I don't really see it happening so much.
Yeah,
so.
And Kawhi Leonard obviously, leaving the road trip, going back because of his body, his knee, and everything else. But I guess when you look at the Sacramento Kings in February 5th coming up, do you see Scott Perry and his team making some sort of tweak to this Kings roster?
I do. I think they're really hunting for draft capital at this point. And I think they have guys that, look, I don't think they're going to attach any draft capital to get a bad contract off the team. Yeah. For sure. That would be just stupid. But to go out there and look and see what the market is truly for somebody like Keon Ellis, who obviously has a lot of people after him because he doesn't make a lot of money. But I think in terms of Sacramento's interest, look, Jonathan Kuminga, I've asked people within these walls, has anything soured? Because maybe the market for other teams have soured your appetite to bring in a Jonathan Kuminga. For Sacramento, I think it still remains very, very hungry for Jonathan Kuminga, but we'll see what happens here in these next few weeks.
Yeah, the trade deadline a couple of weeks away from tomorrow.